So, Servus, video number 4. Just saying, I'm using this method for my tracking and trading the last 2 years. I won't explain this today. If you're interested, look at the first video to get the explanations. So let's get into the stocks. It was a very interesting day yesterday. For fuel cell, really nothing really changed. It's the same. We got our last peak, our lower high, our midpoint T, V&A, high low, and right now we're on the way sorry, to A. Yeah, yesterday the stock didn't really move. For our Bed Bath and Beyond, the same. I will just quick say for my bullish and my bearish variant. My bullish variant is we already did a peak, we already finished the pullback, and the next thing is the run to big B, which would be around $36. The bearish variant would mean we did the T peak, and our next target is for the first version a higher low to this, or a new all-time low, and then you make your V under A, and the price targets would be the same. A would be 12 and B would be 36. For a comparison to the past, this would be exactly what we did in February 2020. You were coming from the M, fall down, came up, make a W or an M pattern here with the right side higher, and then your knife. It's the same like we did here. I'm still, it's the same as yesterday. 40% bullish for we are finished with this whole fractal, or we still need the T. Yesterday we dropped 9%, I think, but we recovered at the end of the day again. So Bed Bath and Beyond showed us yesterday really nothing into either direction. So for now, it's just waiting. For Grab, this on some stocks it was a really boring day because Grab again, you coming from your peak, you made your lower high, your M, your T, your last time to sell before you get your bottom, your high, low, and you already made your A. And since then, as I said yesterday and the day before, I still think we finished with our A pullback, but since then, we're just waiting to break over the A peak and go to B. For Blink, also, maybe a little change. For the tracking, you made your C, lower high, your midpoint, your last time to sell, V and the A, high, low. And now the interesting question is, was this peak already A? In my opinion, I'm quite 50-50 on this. Just because if you look what we are doing right now, we are massively overbought already. And indicators showing downside don't have to be that. But okay, let's say this 60%, this was a peak. So for pullback targets, for the bearish pullback target, I would say you make a breakout retest. Or you're doing the same like grab. You will be in this area. So for the bullish version, I would say this is just a little pullback of the run, and your target is still 370 for a peak, and after that you get the pullback. For the short-term bearish version, I would say the absolute bearish one, you make a retest, and then, or you're just going a little bit down, and then you go to B. All in all, for the future, your target is 26 for B. SAVA had a massive nice run yesterday, and I was a bit surprised also. Just for the overview, again, this is a 100% risk play. It's very, very risky. And in my opinion, you won't get confirmation in this stock. You just won't. For what the tracking looks like, you have your V here, your high low, A pullback, B pullback, C, lower high, midpoint, last time to sell. Gap down, get your V, high low is also in, and the next price target is gap fill, or $41 for A, $50 for B. Yeah, we don't have to talk about it now. For the bearish version, for the short-term bearish version, you would say in the small tracking, this is your B, this is your higher low, little higher low, little A pullback, little B pullback, C. And for the bearish version, you would pull back here to V under A. And then you go. To show this, what this would look like. The thing is, what I found yesterday, it's only once in this stock happened, but always have all possibilities layout. We would make this. This would be our T. You fall V under A. This would be what we have done in the last weeks. And this would be our run right now, which would get us somewhere over this here. So if you reject between $5 and $6, you will come down again. You're doing bullshit after that, and then you go. The thing is, that only happened once in this stock. For my bullish tracking, which I think we are, in my opinion, we are right here. To show that side by side. So, to show that side by side. Here. Because it's the same movement. You're coming down. You're coming down. You make your high low, A, B. You fall into the B pattern. You pull back. You fall into the B pullback, and then you run. So for me, we are somewhere in this candle, somewhere in this gap fill candle. As I said yesterday already, on this stock, you won't get a confirmation. If you can look it up yourself, all gap fills. I think all gap fills. Yeah. Most gap fills in this stock were pre-market and after hours. And I mean, you can buy shares in pre-market and after hours, but options, let's say tomorrow or over the weekend, we are running till here. But we are still tracking for the gap fill. So you start buying contracts on Monday for 24. These contracts will be already very expensive. It doesn't make sense. No financial advice, of course. For this stock, it's just play it, risk your money or not. I mean, for me, that's confirmation already here. But as I showed, there's still a possibility you only go to 6, 5, 6-ish and make a new low, like here. Sorry. And then 1 to 3 months of doing nothing. And January, February, March, you get your gap fill. Could also be. Yeah, 100% risk free. For C3.AI, the same, like many other stocks. No change yesterday. No confirmation for bearish or bullish. Just for my tracking, you came down from your peak, lower high, midpoint T, V under A, V under invisible A because there is nothing. You have your big A MIF pullback, your very big B MIF pullback, and your stupid C because it's only $1 up. Or difference between B and C peak. Low high, midpoint, last time to sell. For the bullish version, V under A finished, higher low finished, and your next target is $30, and the target after that's 36, and then we look if we break all-time high, the last peak or not. For the bearish version, still valid. This was your T. And you still have to come down and make a new low or even a all-time low. So you're doing a higher low for this or a new all-time low. And your A wouldn't be 29, your A would be 19 then. B would be no change. The thing is, I explained that yesterday, I want to see C3.AI to break this level here. 23 to be 100% bullish, or to break $16 to be 100% bearish. Right now, I mean, my breaking line for saying I'm not convinced in the bearish version was this here, and we broke it. Since then, we're just doing not really much. So if you want to play it safe, I would just wait. I would wait if we break 16. I would for bearish, and I would wait for 23 to be bullish. Right now, I would say 50-50. If I look at it neutral, in my personal way, I'm looking more bullish at it than bearish. GNS, same, no change yesterday. Just for the overview, your peak, lower high, midpoint T, V under A finished. Already did the A peak, and right now is in the A pullback. In my opinion, A pullback is finished. Your next target is I know it sounds stupid, but your next target is $80. For the alternative, the alternative would be this, and you still have to go to 50, 60 breakout retest, and then you make your high low, and then you go. If you break under 33 cents, this wasn't your A, this was your C, and we are doing again a lower peak, and in my opinion this stock is dead then. But right now it's still looking perfect. For me, the A pullback is finished. You have your little C, your little M, your little T. You have here your V, you have here your higher low. This would be the little A from the new little fractal. You already made the breakout retest. In my opinion, this thing is absolutely ready to break at least the A peak. I mean, you can believe in the big B or not, but you should at least break the A peak. OCGN, also no real change from yesterday. Just a little repeat. You come from your all-time high, midpoint, last time to sell, V, fractal finished, new fractal, V, high low, A, B, C, smaller peak, so not smaller high, lower high, M, T, fractal finished. So, and now the bullish variant, you have your V, your high low, your next big A would be $17, next big B 172, and then let's look where the big C is. For the bearish version, for the small tracking, same V, this higher low, big higher low would be your A, little A. We would right now go into the run of little B, which should be around $3. And the little C would be exacted at the exact same point like big A. And I said this already yesterday, I will get out of the stock at here. Because it doesn't matter if it's little c or big A, you should get a pullback here. The only difference is, for the bullish version, you come to this peak, a little bit higher, a little bit lower. You make a pullback, and you bounce in this range here. And then you go to B. For the C, you also, of course, reject this level. You won't break your last peak, which would be the third lower high, so would be very bearish. You would come down, making to show that. So you would make this maybe slower, maybe quicker. Then you get your A, and forget the time. It's just to show the movement. Your lower high, M, T, V, and whatever after that. So you will get here a pullback, and that's why I'm getting out here. I'm getting out here, no financial advice, of course. I'll wait if we get a bounce, and if we get a bounce, then I can re-enter again. If not, this play, I mean, you could play puts, but the problem is, look at this here. This is a slow moving stock. I mean, from the last C to RV, what was that? 1,000 days, so 3 years. Meh. There are better places to play something like that. FFA, perfect yesterday. Even with nearly no movement, but still perfect yesterday. Just to repeat it, your FEC, all-time high, lower high, midpoint, T, your V, high, low. Fractal finished. For the unrealistic price target, as I'm saying, yeah, always, your T would be at 159, your B would be at 3,000, and your C would be whatever 100,000. This won't happen. End of story. For the realistic price target, your A would be $4, your B $11, and your C 150, which you won't break and reject. What I meant with it was perfect yesterday. For the small tracking, you have your same B. Here's your small higher low, your small A, small B, small C. Here is your small M midpoint and your small T and your small V under A. Perfectly hit. Well, when was that? Tuesday last week. And right now, the important thing is that we are holding a higher low. So anything over 136. Because if true, you're already in a little higher low. The next thing would be breakout, retest. This would be our A at 190. Our B would be at $3. And our C would be exactly where our A is at $4 or $5. Just again, as the last 2 times in the videos, FFAI normally is doing its V, its higher low, and then it just goes to C. Most of the times, you don't see A and B. I mean, if you go on the 5 minute or on the 1 second, you will find them. But on the daily, you normally don't see V, high, low, boom. You don't see your AB. Same here. V, high, low, you go. So again, it's not that risky like SAVA, but again, I don't think you can wait for confirmation here. Depends on the confirmation. For me, the confirmation is if we are holding high or low, perfect. This stock is ready to run. Last one, bull. And bull really was perfect yesterday. Just for the tracking, you come from your all-time high, lower high, midpoint, last time to sell, V and A, higher low. And right now we are in A and A pullback. And after that would come your B and then your C. Your B should at least break $18. At least. And in my opinion, it would be around 28-ish. Could be higher or lower. So what I mean with perfect. I said yesterday, 2 days ago, I want my V under A. And I thought this will take weeks, months, but no, we knifed down to our V under A. We knifed under the low of A. Perfect. And the thing is, we even perfectly V'd out of it. I bought here, I think. A little bit too early because after that it still dropped a little bit. But I bought my cars for next year here. And in one day, they're already up massively. So the next thing is you will come up. Somewhere in here you will make your higher low. So come up, come a little bit down. And then breakout, retest. I showed it better. So for our little a, $16. For our little b, I know it's very, but this is only the small tracking. It's very small difference. And you see whatever. If you compare it to movements from the past, you would take the symmetrical tracking. So this side, you would just flip to this side. And your midpoint would be, yeah, somewhere in here. Just saying, this side is way slower than this side. But tracking-wise, it's still working. Your A would be here, where your M is. You just have to read it from right to left. And all this pullback here is just this little section here. And right now, we would be here. And the next move is this. I'm not really convinced that we will come or break all-time highs, but the thing is, what is that? Others than just a cup. And I mean, there are many stocks who are doing this. So, who knows? Okay. So, did I forget something? No. Again, if a lot of things are changing, I will make a video tomorrow again. I maybe will add also some other stocks like Neo or Plug, for example. If you are interested, you can write in the comments if I should look at some other stocks, and maybe I have time for that. So, thank you for watching. See you next time.